What's up, guys? Higgy Pop here in the comic room. I got no new comics today, nothing like that. You know, I can't be going around buying comics all day. This is ridiculous. But I want to talk about something. Who's that? The Joker? Get the heck out of here, buddy. Want to talk about. I did a little talk about Peacemaker the other day, the new one by DC. You know, I had to be honest. It's not for me. You know, they make him a goof. But there is hope for you if you want to ever pursue a good story with Peacemaker in it, and all the Charlton characters. Got a little surprise for you. I don't know if you ever saw this before. It's called Law, Living Assault Weapon. Came out by DC Comics, and this is it right here. I got them all lined up. They're at a mural. You see that? If you line them up, there's 6 issues in this miniseries. Okay. And they all go together. You got Blue Beetle, The Question. You got, that is Peacemaker. That is Nightshade. And that is Judo Master. And that is the Atom. All right? Let's talk about it because it's good stuff. It's a great story. I'll break it down to you. All right? That's all of them. 6 issues. It came out, The Living Assault Weapon, Law. It came out in September of '99 was issue number 1. All right? And it ran till February of 2000. Okay, the writers were Bob Layton, and the art, pencils, Dick Giordano. And it's a great comic, great story. What happens is there's a disappearance of the Justice League and the Watchtower. Who? What? Where'd they go? I don't know. And so the Charlton characters have to step up. I'm talking. Let's compare. Here's the Law's Atom right here. And this is the Atom from Charlton. You see him? This is modern comics reprint. That's all I got. I don't, you know. I should try to track down some Charlton. But this is how they draw them. Fantastic. All right. And here is, let's go to Judo Master. Judo Master. This is the Living Assault Weapon Judo Master. Fantastic. And this is the classic Judo Master. You know? You know who that is? I think that's his sidekick, Tiger. He's in the story too. I'll break it down. I'll give you a briefing. All right. And I got the modern too. I get the reprints from modern. That's the Judo Master and Tiger. All right. So yeah, they go back together, and you see in the classic they got that's the Question in the background. I mean, it's great covers when you put them together. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. And this is Nightshade. She's completely different. This looks like Superman's villain. I can't remember her name. What's her name? You know what? I don't have anything classic with Nightshade. I don't think. Nothing I could dig up offhand. And of course, this is Mitchell Black. This is the Peacemaker from Law. He comes from the Peacemaker Project. It's in the Swiss Alps, and he's their man. They making the new Peacemaker. His name is Mitchell Black. And I completely love this character in this story because he's tough, man, a few words, and he's just all about, getting the job done. They did a great job. And let's go with the question. I got some answers. This is how they draw them here. Awesome. And this is what this is the old Charlton. They used to double up a little bit with the Question and Blue Beetle. And of course Blue Beetle, Ted Kord style. And here's a couple Blue Beetles with the modern reprints. I used to love it when you used to fight these guys here. That was great. There he is. He's repelling down from the beetle. That's his that's his that's his ride, like the Batmobile. And of course, you know, I already showed you guys these. This is the Peacemaker I love, the classic. That's Christopher something, I can't remember. But this Peacemaker gets it done. All right, it doesn't make me embarrassed, like DC is it portraying our Peacemaker. You know, he's making him a goofball, and DC always had this run too back in the '90s. You know, this Peacemaker, this was acceptable. I liked it. You know, it was a good story. It was Peacemaker, man, and this was done by DC like probably 8 months ago. The Black Label, they came out with one issue of Peacemaker, and I liked it. It was not like they were portraying the guy from the TV show on HBO or whatever. He wasn't a goofball. He wasn't just you know, it was ridiculous. But this one was actually good because they go into his history and when he was growing up, why he's kind of the way he is, and they kept it real enough. So this was good, but the one they just came out with and the one they show him with the Suicide Squad in those comics, not so much. I don't like it. I'm being honest. So, Law, living assault weapon. So what happens is, like I said, Dick Giordano does great art. I'll show you this art inside. The Justice League and the Watchtower disappears. So what happens is Captain Atom, he's the guy with all the good, you know, superpowers. They take him out of the picture immediately. What it is there's an evil guy called the Avatar. That's his first appearance in this series, Avatar, and they capture Captain Atom and they lock him in a just crystal out in this space station, right? And they're sucking his powers to what the Avatar is doing. This guy Avatar, we don't know who he is yet in the story. He's taking out all the armies and militaries in the world, and he's like getting rid of superheroes. He's like, I'm gonna create a world where you don't need superheroes, all right? And this and that, and he hates superheroes, and we're gonna find out why. And so Captain Atom, right off the get, he's blasting away, he's fighting, but then they capture him. And also there's Sergeant Steele is in this, and he is the senior advisor for metahuman affairs, Sergeant Steele. And he's a gruff old military guy. And so the Peacemaker, who is this guy, Mitchell Black, he's at the Peacemaker Project. So Sergeant Steele goes to the Peacemaker Project, but they say, we know who this Avatar guy is, and he's got the Justice League. So we have information. So Sergeant Steele heads over there, and that whole facility gets attacked by these things called the Ravanas, which is Avatar's, like that's his minions. He unleashes these ghoulish things to attack everything. They're destroying the base. That's where we see Peacemaker in action. He's like, yeah, ooh, ah, yeah, boom, bam, right? And he's getting it done. And let's start looking at some of this. So this is the issue number 1. And so that's where we see Peacemaker in action. We're like, this is a good Peacemaker. And then so they destroy the facility, but then Sergeant Steele calls in the Question and Blue Beetle. Report, do you copy? And they show up and they start making a plan. And now Nightshade comes into the picture. They introduce her. She's with Dr. Fate, and Dr. Fate removes a succubus from her, and which frees her and makes her even more powerful than she ever was. So she's like, thank you, and well, she has this crazy superpower. It's called the Shadow Cyclone, where she just swallows up things in her shadow world, right? So anyways, so they send the Question and Blue Beetle out somewhere to pursue this Avatar, get some info, and they run into the Judo Master. Judo Master, his sensei up there in the Himalayas, was like, there's a disturbance. Judo Master, go out there and fix it. And Judo Master's like, fix what? And meanwhile, Judo Master was a hero back in the Second World War, and he hasn't aged at all because he's so zen. And they're like, "How come you don't age?" He goes, "Like, I don't know, man." He goes, "I use just for men." So he so he leaves his compound, and he gets attacked in this little small town, the city, and right where Blue Beetle and the Question are, and they're like, "Who's this guy?" He's like, "Hoo-ah, hee-ah, hoo-ah," and they beat up these guys, and so then the judo master and they all get together, but what it all comes down to is this guy Avatar, and they meet up with Avatar with a showdown somewhere in like book 3 or 4, right? And this is the art. There's the beetle, the bug he calls it. There's the Question, and actually Judo Master is like the hero in this thing. They really spotlighted him a lot. They were able to spotlight all the characters. It was great, and and it turns out Avatar is, look at Judo Master. He's leaving the Himalayas. They're closing the gate. They're like, "Don't come back unless you go grocery shopping." It turns out the Avatar is Tiger, Judo Master's little sidekick. And he thought Avatar abandoned them and this and that. So he's got this grudge against superheroes and everything, the whole shooting match. So he came across it was some sort of treasure, like almost like the Holy Grail he found, and it gave him these powers to be this Avatar and create all these things. So, and he's destroying all the world powers and the heroes along with it. He's keeping the Justice League. So anyways, Nightshade with her new powers, that's issue number 1. And Nightshade with her new powers, she locates the Justice League. She's like, "I'm in the Shadow Realm," and she comes in mental contact with John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. He's like, "Follow my mental telepathy." And see, there's Captain Atom, and so she locates them. She ends up freeing them, and then during the showdown with Avatar and Judo Master gets captured. He's chained up, and with all his guru stuff, he frees himself and he beats up the Avatar. But something happened. The story confused me. He's like, "I'm not gonna kill you," because it goes against everything my sensei says. So I could see not killing him, but why let him go? So he shows up in front of Sarge Steele's like, yeah. Sarge Steele's like, "Why? You endangered the whole world." Anyways, they come up with a new plan, and they find the space station, and they go up there in the bug, and Peacemaker goes up there with his aircraft, and they all attack. They attack. And that's when Nightshade frees the Justice League, and they're like, "Thank you so much." Superman's like, "Thank you, Blue Beetle. You are a superhero." And let's get to the last finale. So then what happens is Judo Master takes out the Tiger for real this time, and that's the crystal. That's the crystal Captain Atom was in. They free Captain Atom, and the Question was able to take down. He got into the computers, him and Blue Beetle, and they were able to take down the whole grid that was all over taking down the militaries and everything. And then Judo Master, using his sensei ways, was able to free Captain Atom out of the crystal. All right. And but then after Captain Atom got out of the crystal, this is his new form. All right. Pretty badass, right? And he's hugging Nightshade and this and that, and they're the heroes. The Charlton characters are the heroes. And Sarge Steele actually gets a girlfriend out of it. All right, Sarge. And in the end, it turns out Avatar is still alive. He's like, but Blue Beetle at the end tells Question, "You know what? I'm going to take a break from being a superhero. I want to find myself." It's one of those just good old chummy buddy, great stories, and it's good to see the Charlton characters highlighted in the light they deserve. All right, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. And I did read another book. Hold on, hold on a second. Yep, this is what I got. I want to show you this real quick. Let's see. I found this like a year ago at DJ's Cars and Comics in North Haven, Connecticut. This is by Starlin and Wrightson. All right, thick, and I wanted it. It's what it is. It's eye candy for the most part. These guys must have got together. They must have been like, I want to draw big, muscular superheroes, and they did. They brought the heat. They brought the thunder, and the story is very goofy. I think I read it in about. Let me actually. I'll start reading it now. Oh yeah, I'm done. But the art is fantastic. I mean, the Hulk is a goofball. The thing is just trying to keep the Hulk, under control for a hot second. At one point, they I mean, the story is just wacky. They get teleported out of whatever they're doing on Earth by some other planet. These aliens are all creepy looking aliens. These are the aliens. This is what we're talking about, And there's something. The aliens need their help, and meanwhile, these aliens can do anything. But why? So why do they need the aliens? Like, I need you to stop this guy from doing such and such, So the aliens they're like, how do we get there? The aliens like, I'll send you there right now. And the alien can do anything. I'll send you there, do this and that. And then, anyways, it's funny because where they're walking through this alien town, and all the aliens are pointing at them because they're like, they look crazy to the aliens. So they get disguises. The Thing gets a rag, puts it over him. He's like, all right, this works. And the Hulk has nothing. So there's this squid-looking alien, right? And he just looks like an octopus. Here it is. So the squid's like, oh my God, you're ugly. And the Hulk goes, shut up. Smashes him in the head and puts the squid on top of the Hulk's head. And Hulk wears a squid as a hat for the whole comic book. This is it. Right here. That's the Hulk wearing the alien. And every once in a while in the comic, the squid would wake up and Hulk would smash him in the head and then knock him out. It was just, it's just silly stuff. Silly. But the art is fantastic. Starlin at his best. I mean, look how he draws the aliens. We're talking good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, look at this. There's a lot of splash pages. Boom, boom, boom. And I was at this guy's comic shop. Like, this was a while back. And he's like, Higgy, I need help here. There's no room. I got so much comics. I don't know what to do. So I tell him, I know this guy's comic store better than he does. I'm like, you got this over here, you got this over there. And I found like 5 of these. I said, you got like 5 of these. I says, people want this stuff. I said, display it. So I put some out. People bought them. They wanted them. And I said, other stuff. I said, you should just set out tables during the summer and the spring. Have dollar bins. I said, I'll show up. I don't know. I ain't no business major, believe me. But, fun stuff. That's this is crazy stuff. But look at the art, kid. All right, man. That's what I wanted to show you. I did read this. I didn't get a lot smarter, I'll tell you that. But read Living Assault Weapon Law by DC Comics. It'll make you smart.